went up or not, but I just had an error come up on my screen. If you're just tuning into the stream, hello, we are back here for GP1 here at Monza. I'm joined by Simon Palmer.
Good evening, guys.
So, yeah, as I was saying before, the game rudely interrupted me. We are here at Monza this week. I shall let Simon take you through the facts about Monza as a circuit.
Okay, so pretty short facts, really, to be honest. So the track length, we'll be looking at the track length is 5.7 kilometres, 11 turns in total. These guys are going to be covering a distance probably around about 150 kilometres, I would have thought, throughout the duration of the race. We can see there's some guys actually heading out on track at the moment. Qualifying does look dry. There's a few of the guys I know they'll certainly be pushing for good results before the mid-season break. So let's see what they can all do.
Yeah, I mean, Monza is one of those races where overtaking can be a bit difficult. Don't get me wrong, there's loads of overtaking opportunities, but it can be a bit difficult because of a DRS train that does tend to form during the race.
Yeah, totally. I mean, obviously with the amount of straights that you've got here, a lot of these guys are going to be running, I should expect, a lower downforce setup. So like you say, Dave, you know, they could be trapped in a DRS train, especially down sort of the pit straight, heading down to obviously the first chicane, and I'm currently on board with Mike at the moment, who's on his outlap, just coming through the second Lesmo as we speak.
Yeah, and then we've currently got Gunnerman, who will be the first person to start a lap. He's just approaching Parabolica. Jensen has just said in the comments, do me proud, Mike. Jensen not racing this week. I believe he's on holiday. So chance for everyone else in the championship to catch up. Mike, obviously his teammate, and Elixir Terrick is Jensen's replacement for today. As Gunnerman has just started his flying lap around Monza. Qualifying around Monza, as we've said, is crucial, as overtaking can be quite difficult. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of opportunities, but as Simon has just said, DRS train can tend to form, and also looking after your ERS is very important around this circuit.
Yeah, Monza's definitely a ERS killer. Like you say, you really have got to manage it. For me, I'll just use it as a bit of power out the bend straight away, and obviously if you can avoid using it down the straights, then avoid it at all costs, unless obviously you're going for an overtake or defending.
Exactly, because if you have it on down some of these straights, you can lose 10, 15, 20% in a couple of seconds, and it's very hard around this circuit to get ERS back. Oh, Gunnerman! Oh, what Gunnerman. A save!
Whoa.
What a save! Right, if we have like save of the day or move of the day, that's going to have to go in move of the day or something, because he was flying. What a catch!
He caught it twice, to be fair. He caught it left and then caught it right.
I mean, he will put in the provisional time, which won't be pole, as we did see a massive mistake. But oh my god! There we go.
That was a huge save. An absolute huge save.
Right, we've got Mike coming across the line next. No, Mike's coming in the pit. He invalidated.
The Tarek's putting a lap of a 21 dead, I suspect.
Laser has come across the line. There we go. 19.7 is what we're aiming for. 19.7. That's rapid.
That is rapid.
We've seen this from Laser in the past, where he has been amazing in qualifying and just sometimes hasn't performed in the race. But what a lap!
Yeah, a very good lap. I mean, you've got to think that's a banker as well. So, you know, it's going to have another 2 runs.
Margin Melema has had a bit of a moment. Spun a Ascari.
Ascari's going to be that bend to look out for. And,
yeah,
and also the chicane before the first Lesmo. I'm trying to think of what that is actually called. I think it's Della Roggia.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Della Roggia chicane.
Yeah, so that's especially the second half of the chicane as you're turning right. It's launching cars into the air, so I think guys have really got to be careful there as well.
Yeah, SFR Mansell put a picture into the picture part we have in our Discord server, and his car was literally on 2 wheels going through that Delaware chicane.
Yeah, that was launched, which is just where Quintin is now. So let's see how he's going to take that inside. Nicely done. Coming up to the first of the... Yeah, nicely taken. Second Lesmo now. Takes that nice as well. Looking very clean and tidy from Quintin. See what his second sector split is going to be. Just popping that one in a second. It's not giving me the actual up or down time, which is very annoying.
It does say purple second sector though.
Okay, so we could be on for a quick lap from Quintin here. We'll certainly be looking for the top 3 without a shadow of a doubt.
A GP2 driver last year has shown some real pace this year in GP1, making the jump up, and he sets a 1 minute 20.0. Only almost pretty much 2/10 of Laser. Laser barely sets a 1:17.7. Good lap. Colours, good lap. Colours, don't forget, he is not a full-time GP1 driver. He races in GP3, but he reserves in GP1. He's really improving.
That was a very good lap. I expect he's probably had a bit of a toe off for Quintin, because he did cross the line very close behind. But even still, a very good, nice, tidy lap.
Yeah. Lost Souls will be the next driver to complete a lap. Again, Lost Souls, we know. Oh, he's invalidated. He was purple in the second sector. I was about to say, we know Lost Souls is a very quick driver. But he had just invalidated, so. And
Colours has actually had a spin as well. Just before the first Lesmo. On, I think, would have been his in lap.
Right. So next driver, I think we got coming across the line, I believe, is Estefan Mansell.
Yeah. Who has a
purple second sector. He's got his teammate Nadim in front of him. Last week when we were saying about him and Nadim fighting, Mansell told me yesterday they were not in a party.
Okay, well if they're not in the party,
they're working together.
Well done.
I was going to say they work together very well. They're giving each other the toe. They may be in a party this week, but last week they weren't. And they were fighting the whole of last week. Let's see what lap time Mansell can come across the line and set the 1 minute 20.5 from Mansell. Not a bad opening lap.
Good banker. I know Mansell's very keen for a top 5 position today, so he'd certainly be looking for a strong result, because I think it's fair to say that previous results haven't been.
He hasn't had the best luck.
Up to standard, exactly. So I know he's certainly going to be pushing.
Mike is on a lap as well. The other Red Bull driver, I believe Mad Trav is also on. So Mad Trav will be the next one to cross the line.
Yeah, on board with Mad Trav now. Nice entry into Ascari. Can he get the exit? Nice, he does. That was very smooth. Very smooth indeed. All about the parabolica, getting a nice entry and exit out of there, because you have got quite a run down to the line, halfway down the straight. Does take it nice.
That was a good exit. Comes in on the right hand side to really narrow how the length of the track, and it's pole. Yeah, pole from Mad Trav. Great lap.
That's a stonker.
Yeah, next is Mike, Jensen's teammate. He goes 19.9. Good lap from Mike. I believe next we have Nadim about to cross the line. Mansell's teammate and the other McLaren, and he sets a 23.2. Guessing he didn't have the world's best lap. I think he's going again, actually.
Yeah, it does look like he's going again.
Gunnerman is not on a lap. He's invalidated. Lixer's invalidated. Asian's on an out lap.
Staying on board with Nadim.
I think he might be.
He's a tenth and a half up. Ooh, bit of oversteer. I'm up to the first Lesmo.
He's clearly pushing.
Nicely. Second Lesmo, you do need a good exit out of there. Just seeing where Mansell is. Mansell's in the pit, so he's not going to be returning the favour of a toe as yet. But he's 1.1 up, so Nadim obviously had an issue around the two Lesmos on the last lap.
Yep.
1.1 up. He's been putting around a 22.
22 flat sort of mark. Laser's gone pole.
Yeah.
19.5. And then Dean comes out of the final corner.
He had a massive moment of understeer on the way in to the parabolica.
So 120.3. Out qualifies his teammate for now. Colours is on an out lap. Asian 2002 is on a lap. He is 1/10 up on his personal best, looking to do a 120.7 mode, and he's invalidated going into Ascari. Quintin is on a lap. Macaulay. Now Macaulay is a GP2 driver, reserving in GP1 tonight. Didn't have the. I can't remember how Macaulay did yesterday. I think he actually did it right. But he's a very good driver to race against, I must say. Quite a clean driver as well. So hopefully he gets a good result here today.
Yeah, very clean driver. Didn't quite get the parabolica right there. Went in a bit too deep. But still a good time of 129, puts in P9.
Right, Lost Souls invalidated again. Lost Souls needs to put in a lap here. He's P17 at the moment.
Yeah, Nelly's also invalidated his lap as well.
Game Boy just crashed out, I think. No, he's retired in the pits. No, yeah, he's retired in the pits. Right, GFO Nick Freak has also shown some pace previously in this division. Never mind, he's in the pits. Now Nadim is coming into the pits. The racer is on out lap. Colours the God is on a lap, but he has invalidated. I believe we've got some quiet action going on at the moment.
He's going to go again.
Nelly, is Nelly on a lap? Nelly's on an out lap, about to start a lap, I think.
On a ride on board with Colours. I know Mad Trav's on an out lap as well, so we'll keep an eye on him. See what Colours can produce in Sector 1.
A 10th up.
And that's the first Lesmo. Ooh, I think he slipped down a gear by accident there.
Yeah, he kept the revs quite high through there. I think that may be on accident.
Just coming up to finish Sector 2 now. We'll see what the split is.
3/10
up.
He's on for a 120 flat at the moment.
Get a Scary nice, which he has. The 120 flat will. He won't actually improve.
So he's on to improve his time. Will he jump positions? Will he get ahead of Mike? Yes, he does. A 1:19.8. Good lap from Colours.
Certainly
very impressive.
Through Parabolica then, that's for sure.
Gunnerman is placed a lap. 1:19.7.
Mad Trav is a 10th up, so he's knocking on the door for pole here. If he can get the Parabolica right, get a nice exit out of there, which he certainly has done.
He did short shift. Has he lost time from short shifting?
Boxed.
He's in.
He's boxed, yeah. Yeah.
They've got 4 minutes so he can come round. He did short shift, so I did think that maybe he didn't want to so. The racer has put a lap in of a 1:21.4. Yeah. He's on the timesheet.
He's still sitting in the pits.
He's got time, but he needs to get out soon. Mansell's has just started a lap.
We're aboard with Nelly, who's yet to set a time as well. Just coming up to the end of Sector 2.
Let's see, have a look at his sector split. 53.5.
Is it? Because he
hasn't set a lap.
Time, yeah.
Nope.
So let's see where this is roughly going to put him. It's the Parabolica. Nice entry into that on the power early. Nice exit.
You have to lift off very, very slightly to keep that car under control. Let's have a look at the time. It's a little bit slower than usual from Nelly.
20.8.
He can go again. He doesn't have time to pit, but he's got time to do another lap, save his ERS, and go again.
Yeah, I think that's going to be his best bet.
I mean, it looks like he's absolutely pushing, but...
It does. Surely he's not trying to go again. I don't think that...
Well, it's that or he's coming back to the pits.
Yeah, he's over 3.5 tenths up.
Right, Mansell's about to start one. Nadeem is starting a lap as well. Laser has just come out of the pits. Lost Souls is on an out lap. Nadeem is going very slowly.
He's going to be towing Mansell.
Is he out of fuel? No, he's out of fuel.
Oh, is he?
I think. But
no,
he could.
Not.
No, he could be towing Mansell.
He's going to be towing Mansell. He's not out of fuel. He will tow Mansell down the back straight after Ascari. But Mansell's caught up with Tarek, who is AI.
Oh,
that is not
no!
Good. That is not good. That's going to be a slam dunk penalty.
I mean, he's under AI, so what does he do? Mansell's definitely got wing damage now, surely.
He shouldn't be under AI.
No.
Simple as. He's left his car out on track.
You can't do that. I can't do that.
Now, has Mansell got enough fuel to back off and go again?
I can't see how long's left because we've got constant yellow flags in this session.
Yeah.
I'm not going to moan about the game today because we had a mare in GP3 on that stream, and I'm not going to moan about the game. I think we've had our fair amount of moans this week about the game. Anyway, Nadeem about to start a lap. Right, let's get over with Lost Souls. Lost Souls is just gone through the second Lesmo.
Mansell, he's going again, so obviously there's enough time. Just need these yellow flags to disappear.
Right,
so
Lost Souls' split is very good. Come on, Lost Souls, keep it on the track, mate. No, he's binned it!
Oh, that's a total.
Oh, this guy!
Total wipeout.
Oh, Lost Souls, man!
Where is he? Ascari?
Yeah. That's a big crash. That is a huge crash. Right, Culler's about to start a lap. God, Lost Souls, he doesn't get any luck, does he? Asian is up on his time, and he sets a 1:20.6. Good time from him. Right, Laser, let's have a look at Laser. Laser is 2 tenths down on his time. He's not going to improve. Right, it's all down to Madtrav. Madtrav's about to come across the line soon. I don't think Laser's going to improve, which he doesn't. Right, Madtrav, down to you. It says he's up by 70 thousandths of a second. He doesn't need a lot to displace him.
This could be it.
And it is. Oh, that's quick. 19.3 from Madtrav.
2 tenths.
Menema is on a lap. I don't know what the split said, but it was a minus split. Now a minus split means he's up. No, he's not. Never mind. He's on a 1:21. Never mind.
Yeah, it's safe for me. 18.
I think that's everyone. Yep, that's everyone. That's qualifying done.
It is.
Lost Souls lost it. Was purple in the second sector. Could have put it on pole. He's actually starting last. Mansell got blocked by an AI, which very, very frustrating. He's starting P10.
Yeah, Mansell's not going to be happy about that at all. I was on board when it happened. Yeah, I
caught it on the stream as well. It's like you cannot leave your car in AI mode in case ghosting doesn't work, because we know how this game works. You can't rely on ghosting. So anyway. Not a lot we can do.
Qualifying over.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear me eating, by the way. I'm having my dinner. Right, anyway. let's read out the standings. We have Mad Trav. Actually, no. Simon, you can do it because I've got food in my mouth. Aren't we, rude?
So we have Mad Trav in P1. P2 is Laser. Melema in P3. Then Quintin, Gurman, Mike. Colours of the God in P7. We've got Nick Freak P8 and Nadeem P9. Mansell rounding out the top 10, who will be hugely disappointed. Asian P11, Macaulay P12, Nelly P13. We've got Tarek in P14, and I can't scroll down any further for some
we've
reason.
got the Racer in P15, Game Boys 16, and Lost Souls in P17, with Game Boys and Lost Souls not setting at a time.
So dry race or wet?
I hope it's dry. We had a wreck. Oh, Nelly's disconnected. Could you invite Nelly?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's dry. Never mind, it's wet. It's intermediate conditions. Oh my god, we love a wet race here in SFR. Well, Mansell is going to be happy. I know he likes the wet conditions. Right, anyway. Simon Palmer, we need to give ourselves a top 3. If you are watching the stream, now is your chance. Please write down your predictions for your top 3 finishers at the end of the race. I am going to say Laser P1. I'm going to say... No, I'm not. I'm going to say Madtrav P1, Laser P2, and I'm going to go for Mansell in P3.
Oh, you're joking. That's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, for God's sake.
And we said the same prediction.
I'll switch P1 and P2 around. So Laser P1, Madtrav P2, Mansell P3.
Okay. I mean, I'm praying that Mansell has a good result. Actually, I'm not, because after what he said to me as my engineer yesterday, he said, I hope you have a bad race. I'll put the abbreviation as I had to start the race. I hope you have a bad race, mate. I hope you crash out. So, Mansell, I hope you crash. I'm joking. Anyway, let's go for... I don't think we need to put on the tyres, do we? No, it is intermediate tyres. Although, it is raining very lightly, so...
It's not that wet, is it?
No, it's really not. It doesn't look dry enough for dry tyres. But problem is, the commentators, we can't tell what's going to happen.
Exactly, but certainly looking at those conditions, I don't think these guys are going to be on the Inters for too long. You know, they're certainly going to be pulling out a dry line. I think that's for sure. Yep.
Well, let's just hope we have a good race here today. Yeah. I mean, Monza, this is the last race before the season break. I will just quickly get up the standings for GP1 whilst they are coming round through Ascari now. Right, you have Jensen P1, Melema is P2 with Laser Lord in P3, which is VFR Laser, by the way. Then you have Madtrav P4, Madtrav's on pole, Laser's P2, so that's pretty good. Envy Nelly, which is Nelly, he's in P3. Mavros is not racing today, I don't believe. Mike is P8, Game Boys P9, Lost Souls P10, Nadeem 11, Mansell 12, Nazara 13, Colours the God 14. He actually does have a full-time driver in GP1 now, fun fact, Colours. Gurman 16 and Chronicle Blitz in P17. And Constructors is Red Bull, who are ahead by 60 points. Then Alfa Romeo, then Aston Martin. Mercedes, Alpine, Ferrari, Williams, McLaren, Haas, and then AlphaTauri. So, looking at those standings, there is a massive gap to Jensen in the standings. But Melema and VFR Laser. If one of those can win today, that's 25 points gained on Jensen.
Yeah, I mean that's
which is
massive.
Huge.
So both of those guys are certainly going to be looking for some serious points. So I expect they're going to be keeping noses clean as much as possible. I would have thought. Perfect opportunity to certainly gain some points back. I'll let you take over, Dave, for the start.
Right, I cannot see the lights, but I think we have 5 red lights because my screen's glitched out. I hear 5. And Bob's your uncle, away we go for the GP1 series here. And Madtrav gets a good start ahead of Laser. Madtrav gets an excellent start. Madtrav, what a start that was. Melema P2, Lasers slip down in position as they come into the first gate. Oh, Madtrav's been hit from behind. They've had to cut the corner. Oh, Madtrav, 10 seconds.
Oh.
Right, that's going to have to be reviewed by the stewards. We cannot make a change. We can't say anything, but wow. He got hit in the back by Melema. Oh, Jesus, what are all these time penalties? This is crazy.
It's going to be crazy. Oh, and there's a big spin there. Who's that? That's Mike.
Mike has gone round.
That was huge. There's going to be so many of these accidents. That's the trouble, you know, especially, you know, wait for Ascari. That's going to be...
Macaulay's got another 5 seconds. Wow.
Ignoring yellow flags.
Jeez. Wow. What a hectic start that was. Right, I'm going to run through penalties real quick. Madtrav 10, Gurman 5, Macaulay 5, the race 10. Some of these penalties may get taken away. Biggest winner out of that start for that was actually Lost Souls. It's up into P10 already.
Yeah, Gurman's up 3 places into P2.
So Madtrav has a massive lead. But he does have a 10-second. The most frustrating thing about that 10-second penalty is I believe it has to be served in the pit stops. I know a 5-second does. I'm not sure if a 10-second has to be.
I think it does.
But if it does, and the problem is, once you have had a penalty, the rules are in SFR, if you have a penalty and it still stands the end of the race, it can get taken away. If it's a time penalty and you don't get any more warnings or anything like that. But if the penalty is served during the game, I don't think, and some of the admins may be able to correct me on this, I don't think we can take away your race time. I don't think we can. So Madtrav, I think, is just going to have to absolutely push. I mean, he did cut the corner.
I'm not too sure.
There's no doubting he cut the corner. But he did get hit from behind by Melema, which literally forced him to cut the corner. He couldn't make the runoff area.
Exactly, so he's having to serve possibly a 10-second penalty through no fault of his own. So
no, I'm sure it's something the stewards will look at. Anyway, back onto the action. The McLarens are still running in P7, P8. They have gained a couple of positions. Melema is one of the big losers out of this. But now we're just stuck in this train. We've got a yellow flag as the racer has spun round. Mike has had to come into the pits for a new wing. Whoa, who's rejoining that track unsafely? Whoa, who was it? It was a Williams, maybe Macaulay to be fair, but someone, I don't know if they gained the glitch, but that was a massive unsafe to rejoin.
I think it was Macaulay, to be honest.
I don't know if that was his AI or what, but there's a VSC right now. Gurman is in the pits. I'm guessing for a new front wing. There's no way he... I mean, there's no way he's not in the pits or anything other than a new front wing, surely.
Staying on board with him.
No way. No way.
He's serving a penalty of some sort.
I mean, if the track is dry enough for this, I don't think it is. But if that track is dry enough, what a call.
It's still raining, Dave. It's still raining.
There's no way
that soft's going to work.
You can hear it spinning. Why? Yeah. Why? I mean, you can already see drive-through penalty, speeding under VSC. Oh god, yeah, okay, yeah. Gurman, I think
managed that coming out the pit lane.
Well, because out the pit lane, he probably thought you don't have to adhere to it, but you do. So you have to go slow in the pit lane. Anyway, Nico Freak has spun. GFO Nick Freak has gone round. Nick Freak, 10 seconds up. What is going on with these time penalties? Oh, Nick Freak's gone. That's a big crash. That is a big one. Macaulay, 10-second drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. I mean, wow. The amount of penalties have been awarded so far.
I just can't keep an eye on what's going on.
No, Lost Souls, by the way, is up into P7. Has gained 10 positions so far. I'm actually going to change my top 3 predictions. I'm going to say Madtrav, Lost Souls, Laser.
Okay. I'm still going to go Laser, Madtrav, Mansell. I'm going to stick with it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to see a Mansell podium. But I don't know. But hopefully, I'm praying. I'm praying for you, Mansell. Nick Freak has left the session. Yeah, he is already retired in the pit lane, I believe. I will admit, the track looks drier, but it is still raining, so it's definitely not time.
Oh, German big. He's boxing. He's boxing for Inters, surely. And he's got 5 seconds speed in the pit lane.
I wouldn't surprise me here if he retires in the pits. It wouldn't surprise me if he retires in the pits now. There's no way he doesn't. I mean, Mike's still setting fastest laps in intermediates. It's definitely not time. I mean, it was worth the risk. Don't get me wrong, but
it was worth a try. I'm just keeping an eye on what he's doing. He's got another set of softs.
Really?
Huh?
Unless he's just gone screw it. It's going to dry out within the next couple of minutes, but he needs a safety car. He needs nothing other than a safety car right now.
Why did he box in? He was already on a set of softs.
To serve a penalty? Maybe he had damage from a spin?
Did he have a drive-through?
I don't know. Well, he could not have if he pitted. If he had a drive-through, the game...
Maybe he did just drive through.
I didn't see him stop, to be fair.
No, I didn't. I did come off of him when he went into the pits.
Oh, Mellor had a big moment out of the Parabolica. Whoa, that's a McLaren round! Who is it?
It's Nadim.
It's Nadim!
Oh,
that's caused a big one. It's collected collars and it's collected lost souls. Oh no! Oh, lost souls! Can you give this guy a break? Don't tell me he's going to retire. He stopped on track.
No, not there. What's he doing?
Does he have to let a driver past? Has his wheel died?
Who's he letting past? He's missing front wing end. I think he's just letting people past.
No, fair. I think his controller died. I mean, I'm sure he'll tell us, but his car went into AI mode and stopped.
I think he was getting out of the way of people, to be honest.
I mean, he could have been, but at the same time, I don't know. His wheel may have died or controller disconnect. It does happen. I mean, if you're in AI mode, then you have to have a reason for it. But does Lost Souls ever get a break?
No.
Did he ever get one?
I mean, what a start as well.
He made an incredible start. He went from
P7.
Yeah, he made up 10 positions in 4 laps, and then Nadim makes a moment, and it's just a racing incident. He gets collected. And the problem is, it's still raining. It's not dry enough for dry tyres.
No, it's not.
It's not like he can come in and put on a set of mediums and go to the end.
No, it's certainly Inter's weather, that's for sure.
I mean, it's not heavy rain, but yeah.
At the penalty situation, so Mad Traff obviously in P1 with a 10-second penalty, but we're on lap 6, and he's pulled out virtually a 4-second gap already.
Yeah.
So he is
properly going for it.
He's hammer and tong, yeah.
Well, he has to. Also, if the rain does not go away and they aren't into the whole race, intermediate tyres can last a whole race and you don't have to make a pit stop. You don't have to pit in the wets.
Say as well. So that could then...
It could mean that all he has to do is pull out 10 seconds. Lost Souls are retired in the pits. I think he's had
Sector 3.
Yeah, he's in the pits. Lost Souls, man. Every race we commentate, you get an amazing start and something happens to you.
There's not an awful lot happening at the moment, to be honest.
No, it's just a massive DRS train.
The battle is Mellimer on Quintin, but it's... I think a lot of these guys are sort of calming down a bit from the hectic start, feeding their way around the track.
Yep.
You know, trying to work out where the grip is.
Yeah, well, in these kind of conditions, it does take a few laps to learn the conditions and when you can put your foot down. The other close battle as well between Colours and Mansell.
I mean, it may be as well. If they know that it's going to be drying up, they might just be holding back until the dries are there, so that they can then start pushing.
Exactly.
Colours is close behind Mansell.
Yeah, he's very close by Mansell. Mansell's actually pulling away in the straight. I believe Mansell's got his ERS on.
Mansell's got a slippery car. That's quite a quick car in the straight line. They were both using ERS.
Yeah. Well, maybe they got a different set. We've got Mellimer on Quintin. He's going around the outside of the chicane.
Oh, there's contact. There's big contact.
I don't think that was a move there, Mellimer, I'll be honest.
Certainly not in the wet round there.
No.
It's brave enough to do it in the dry, let alone the wet.
He tried. I think he really wants to get past Quentin. He knows he has to get on the back of Laser. Because this race is really important for the championship fight. Jensen has given these guys a massive hand in the championship by not racing because he's away.
Yeah,
and
this Mad
these
Trav
guys
and
have
Laser, isn't it, that have to capitalise?
It's Laser and Melema.
Oh, Laser and Melema. Okay.
Madtrav is in 4th in the standings, so if Madtrav does gain, then he may overtake Melema, I think, in the championship. But obviously he won't be as close to Jensen, so for this championship to really get closer, it has to be really Laser to close in the gap.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's going to make it a lot closer than what it is at the moment, that's for sure. There's just not an awful lot happening. It's just a absolute...
There's nothing happening.
Absolute DRS train.
Yeah, we did say this, but well, it's not even a DRS train because there's no DRS activated. It's literally just everyone's stuck behind everyone. It literally is. You can't overtake Randy the circuit. The cars cause so much drag.
It's just over AI car.
Yeah, Macaulay is AI. Well, to be fair, we had this glitch yesterday. No, in GP3 they had this glitch where the car was labelled as AI, but the person was racing. So
how odd. But he does seem to be going very slow. I think that's AI. I think that's an AI
it must be AI. It is going really slow, to be fair. Mansell has put out a bit of a gap on the colours to God. And he is 3 seconds back from Mellor. Mellor and Quinton are fighting. This could be a chance for Mansell to close in. Mellor gets a decent exit, to be fair. And let's see if he's going to go for a move on Quinton into the parabolic. He's actually going to go... No way you're going to go for it before the corner. I was going to say, that's brave if you were.
Yeah.
Right, it's who gets the best traction. Oh, Mellor's got a great run.
Exit. That's an absolutely
He double short shifted. He went from 4th to 6th to get that exit right. What an Melema, fair play. What a move that was.
Yeah,
looking at the standings, Madtrav is 20 points behind Laser. So if Madtrav wins this race, then he won't jump Laser unless he retires, but he'll definitely get closer.
But he will jump Melema, is that right?
No, Melema's P2.
Ah, okay.
Laser's P3. Melema's P2 in the championship.
Okay, so Madtrav, even with a win, is still gonna, depending on where the other guys finish.
I mean, even with a win, he'll close in on the others, but the gap to Jensen won't really dent at all. I mean, it will 25 points for him, but the gap at the top of the standings, for it to get really interesting, it's going to have to be Laser or Melema to close in. Jensen's watching this right now.
Retire if he's doing this because he's just running around in AI. Tarek's now got him as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, he may have his reasons, but yeah, if you're going to leave the session, retire in the pits at all costs. Unless you have a really serious reason you can go, then fair enough. Please let one of the admins know, but you should really and truthfully retire in the pits. Otherwise, this happens. You get an AI car going around the track, and if there's a safety car, the safety car has to wait for the AI car to catch up before you can let everyone go.
Exactly. The Madtrav's gap now to P2 is 5.5 seconds, so he's certainly putting out that lead. You know, he's on target for that 10 second.
Well, that's the thing, like, if it keeps on raining, they don't have to pit. Oh, Macaulay wants an invite. Is it Macaulay?
Oh, has he been disconnected?
Oh, shiz! Oh, yeah, can we invite Macaulay? Can you get Macaulay invited, please? Sorry, Macaulay, I haven't been looking at the chat.
Is he in?
No, he's not in. Can you invite him?
Yeah. I'm not sure I've got him on my friends list.
Do you want me to tell you it? Oh, yeah, no, he's in. He's in. Macaulay's just joined.
He's in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a shame.
Right, hopefully you can take control.
Didn't realise you got kicked.
Hopefully you'll let him take control, to be fair. But sometimes it doesn't even let you take control of the car.
Mansell is definitely reeling in Quintin.
Yep, he is. Well, between Quintin and Mellema, since they've had their battle, Mansell has gained 6/10 on that fight. Is Macaulay in the car yet? No, he's not. I mean, the track's still into the conditions.
Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, Macaulay's now showing as in.
Okay,
it's flicking
awesome.
between the two. It's flicking between AI and Macaulay. He's just checking now. He's in the car, I think. I think he is in.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, it looks like he's in. Macaulay, I mean, you probably can't hear us now because you're probably very concentrated on racing, but we do apologise.
And all the split
I mean, to be
times
fair,
are
whoever the host was should have sent him like... Whoa! Mellema's gone. Here's a moment. He's lost his front wing. Well, he hasn't. It doesn't look like he lost his front wing, but he definitely should have. He went face first into that barrier. I think he has. Yeah, yeah. He definitely has. He's going to be slow.
Through the second Lesmo.
Oh, that's a mistake. Watch out for Quintin. He's going to try and get him. He's going to be so slow through Ascari.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just see him struggling like crazy. I mean, the problem is he doesn't want to pit. He just can go to the end. These guys don't need to pit. I mean, Mellema's just let him go. He knows
he's going to have to. He's going to have to. He's going to have to box. He's
going to lose so much time.
It's not showing us damage though, but there we go.
That's the problem with this game. It doesn't show us his damage. I thought about to say Mellema 3 second. German 3 second time. But that's the issue with this game. You get damage on your car. It doesn't show on the screen, and it doesn't tell you on the damage indicator.
Yeah, you can just feel it. That's the only way he would have probably have known. Just a lack of grip.
Yeah. Very
Mansell
interesting.
Could be on for a nice result.
Mansell could be on for a nice result. I'm not gonna say anything yet because he always tends to crash out. But Matrav nearly a 7-second gap to Laser.
Yeah, he's
Laser
doing what he needs to do.
Exactly. One thing I've learned as well is what I learned yesterday in the wet conditions. Having a wet setup is so important in the wets.
Oh, I don't have. Has Mellema gone on to dries?
Yeah, he's on mediums.
Oh, that's a mistake.
It's still raining.
It's still raining.
I mean, let's have a look at him in the corners. Yeah, it's not dry tight. Oh my god, it's definitely not.
Oh, there's the launch.
He can't even turn in. He literally can't even turn into the corner.
That was the flying through the air moment. From Mansell.
Thing is, even if he boxed onto Inters, right, if there's a safety car or anything, he's still in this race for points. If it's still raining, it's not time for dries. It has to stop raining for that to happen. It has to.
He can't even keep in a straight line down
unless they've been told that it's going to dry up in 2 minutes' time, then I understand it. But if you're on dry tyres in the wet conditions, you lose about 10 seconds a lap. At least 10 seconds a lap.
I had that the other night. It said it was drying up in a couple of laps, and there was a safety car, so I gambled and pitted, and it didn't dry up at all. It was another 10 laps. So, yeah, that was a bad. That still ended up P4 somehow, but that was a bad move.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I understand some drivers that they feel like they need to gamble because they've had a mistake in the session. Don't get me wrong; it's the right mentality. But he's retired because he had a real chance of reeling Jensen this week. He had a real chance. Oh well, it's down to Laser. But to be fair, if Madtrav keeps this out and it doesn't stop raining, I mean, right now Laser will win the race. But the rate that Madtrav's pulling that gap out,
it's Madtrav's race to lose. To be fair.
Yep. Yellow flag sector 1. That's just for Mellema retiring in the pits.
Mellema, yeah. DRS enabled. It is drying up. That's why he did it. And it has stopped raining.
He's left the session as well. He's just left the session.
Oh no!
Mansell, 5 seconds, speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, they're all boxing. They're all
But who's still out? Mad Trav and Laser are still out. To be fair, Mansell's 5 seconds didn't serve it for him, so he's actually not really been impacted by it so far. These top guys can get caught out here.
They could.
They've all gone on softs. Softs around here can last, I think, 12 laps. I think it can be softs to the end. Right, the thing is, the track is not fully dry yet, so these guys cannot push like they could do normally. Don't get me wrong. They have to wait quite a few laps to be able to go normally, but...
That's where I think the soft runners have played it right. Because they could make those last to the end. Because it's not a bone dry track. They're not going to be using the wear.
Mansell was cloned in crazy on Quinton over that pit stop phase. It was a 3-second gap and it's now 7 tenths. Mansell's on soft, Quinton's on mediums. Mansell's got him.
Oh, look at that.
The grip difference.
It's soft tyres are what you want. That's what these guys need to be
Asian,
on.
Laser, Mad Trav. Mad Trav is in the pits. Let's have a look. Could Mansell... Mansell's not going to jump them. No way, but the gap could definitely close here.
Laser's in as well.
Okay, Mad Trav's going on mediums to the end. So is Laser.
I think it's the wrong move. I think Mansell's played a blinder.
Well, let's have a look. Whoa, Asian almost had a big moment.
Is he in? He is in.
Asian's in.
Mansell's going to jump.
Mansell's definitely getting Asian. Mansell's in podium position, boy. Well, he needs to get ahead of Quintin. He needs 5 seconds on Quintin. But could that be his undoing? As Colours to God on the softs goes past Quintin. Watch out for Colours coming through, to be fair. We know he's got pace.
Let's look at these split times of Mansell and Laser Mad Trav ahead. See how much Mansell's going to take out of them. So it's 8.8 second gap now.
Let's have a look at 8.8. Let's have a look at what it is at the end of the lap. I mean, in the dry conditions, it's fresh soft, fresh mediums. It's about 8 tenths, I believe, around here. Maybe even a little bit more. It's not fully dry yet. You can still see puddles on the track.
Right, so it was 8.8 seconds. Let's review it when I go back through the Lesmos.
It's already 8. It's already 8.
Exactly.
That's 8 tenths. Yellow flag sector 3.
Back through the next.
Elixir Terric is spun round. Yeah, Elixir Terric is gone. Right, let's go back on board. Mansell's gap now is 7.7. It's a second. It's under a second a lap. Over a second a lap. Sorry.
Over. Yeah. We'll have a look when he's at the Lesmos. See exactly what he's taken out in the lap.
Fastest lap of the race. Colours, to be fair, Colours fastest lap of the race. Colours is quick. Don't count Colours out of this. Nelly fastest lap of the race. It's the soft runners.
You think those mediums are going to take a while to get up to temperature and on a damp track?
Yeah. But the thing is, will the soft struggle at the end? We don't know. We really don't. Nadim has got mediums. Right, let me just get out the tyre choice for everyone. Sorry.
Right, Lesmo, there's the gap. So he's actually Mansell pulled out 1.8 seconds in a lap.
That is huge. I mean, he can do that for about 5 laps before the tyres start wearing. But his thorn in his backside is Colours. Because he's on the same tyre.
Yeah, Colours he's flying,
but, well, actually, never mind. Colours has got 11 seconds worth of time penalties.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Colours is not his thorn in his backside. His thorn is then Quintin. So he's got Mansell's a 5-second time penalty, which I mean he should pull that out against Quintin. He should. German sets fastest lap of the race.
Quintin's on the mediums as well, so that should be comfortable. But like you said, Dave, are those mediums going to come back in towards the end of the race?
They've got 10 laps left, which the tyre degradation round here normally is quite high. But as you said, the track may not be fully dry yet. It looks pretty good now, to be fair. But those first couple of laps, they wouldn't have been going full heat on these tyres because they couldn't push.
Exactly. I think the medium runners are starting to get a bit more used to the track by the looks of it.
Yep. Elixir Terek has left the session. Mike, 25-2 on mediums. That's ridiculous. Mike said fast lap of the race on medium tyres. Fair play. Wow. He's got some pace. We know he's got pace. He's just had a bit of a tough one today.
He's 1 second away from that 10-second gap he needs.
Laser needs to push. Yeah. I mean, Laser won't win this race on track, and I think he knows that, but Laser needs to push. I mean, that Madtrav's penalty, we don't know if it's going to be removed. In my opinion, it probably should be. I shouldn't say it, but it should be, because he literally got punted off by Melema and couldn't do anything about it. But in terms of, like, you have to do what's in front of you in this race, as Madtrav responds with a 25 flat.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I think Mansell might beat that.
There we go, 24-7. There we go. They are going for it. 5 seconds now between Mansell and Laser. That is all it is. In 2 laps' time, so when we first started looking at him, he has gained, what, 3 seconds?
3.5. Once I gets down to 4.8, which is going to very soon.
Mike fastest lap, 23.8. I mean, this is the thing, is Mansell, the gap between him and Colours has increased. The gap between Mansell and Quintin is 6 seconds now, so he's cleared him. Mansell's on for a podium. Yes!
He is.
He is on.
I'll tell you what is happening. The soft and mediums are now levelling out. Mansell is not catching Laser at the rate he was at all. Those mediums are now fired up.
Yeah, well, the thing is, these soft tyres still have some life left in them. So the soft tyres aren't dead yet. It's under 5 seconds now. He is still catching, but I agree with you, Simon, not at the rate he originally was. But is that because he used all of his ERS? Mansell's ERS looks pretty much the same as Laser's, to be fair. So maybe he just wants to get... Maybe Mansell knows he's not going to close the gap on Laser, because 5 seconds is a big ask.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just settling for that podium now.
Yeah, a high possibility, and he's probably managing that gap to Quintin, to be honest.
Well, that's all he needs to focus on. It's not the gap to Colours. Colours is 11 seconds of time penalties.
Exactly. Just needs that 5 second gap to Quintin, unless of course Quintin picks up a penalty himself.
Yeah, well, Quintin's had a good race, to be fair, and so is Nelly. Let's have a look at the position changes. Driver of the day so far, I'd have to go for Mansell at the moment.
Yeah, I'll be calling Mansell as well, to be honest.
It's been... Game Boys has gained 9 positions today. I will say. Game Boys has had a really good race. But Mansell, he did time it right. The race isn't over, so I'm not going to say, but the moment he gets my vote.
Yeah, I would go along with that as well, that's for sure. The gap's growing to Quintin as well. Mansell is still pulling out the gap to Quintin.
Yeah, the gap between him and Laser is levelled. It's 5 seconds, it's not really coming down.
Let's point out
Madtrav, fast lap of the race. That's it, 10 seconds.
4-second gap.
I mean, if you're Laser now, you just go for quali laps. If I was Laser, if I saw Madtrav on mediums, I would have gone for softs, personally. I would have done the opposite. Well.
Yeah,
because
totally.
If you try and copy him, Madtrav has had amazing pace today. And if you're Laser, surely you go, I just need to do the opposite and try and see if something would work.
Yeah, you got to try something different. You know, yes, follow the car in, do the opposite to what they're doing, though, go on the set of mediums, you know, just put the
pressure on. Because if Laser went on the softs and got that gap down to 6 seconds, then Madtrav would be forced to go quicker, and it could force into a mistake. Whereas at the moment, he doesn't have to worry.
Colours has picked up another 3 second time penalty. I think that's now, what, 14 seconds has he got?
Yeah. Mansell's gap now is 5.3. He's not really closing anything, and he's not using his ERS here. Mansell, I do that. It's actually saved. Considering Monza, he's saved a reasonable amount of ERS that last couple of laps. And his advantage is, looking at Quintin's and Nelly's, he has more than them, and colours. So
Look
he
at
looks like
Madtrap,
he's going for it. He's
70% ERS, cruising around.
It doesn't even look like he's pushing. Doesn't even look like he's trying to really push this car off the limits. It looks like he's just cruising.
Pressure on the Deem, coming up behind him quick and fast.
Let's have a look.
This could be a move. Oh,
not the best exit.
No, not like that. It won't be. Not a good exit.
It won't be here. The point, that's the close back on track. Closes a battle on track. Mike with a 22.4. Quick lap from Mike.
Mike and Madtrap are just trading fastest laps at the moment.
They are, but Mike, I think Mike used up a lot of ERS on that lap, though. I will admit, as Macaulay's gone again.
In sector 3.
Macaulay.
Yeah, out of Ascari.
As Macaulay spun with Madtrap literally right in front of him. Laser looks like he's pushing now, I'll admit. Looking through Ascari, like he proper went for it through that section.
The mediums are really coming into play. Mansell is losing time to Laser.
Yeah, he is. Madtrap fastest lap of the race. Maybe it was the mediums the right call. Now, could we see that gap between Quintin and Mansell come down?
It is coming down.
The gap at the moment lies at about 7 seconds. It's 7 seconds, that gap.
Literally about 7 seconds.
And the problem is Mansell can't get that penalty taken away because he's speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah,
which you can't get taken away.
It's not colours, like we say, it's not colours he has to worry about. It's obviously
it's Quintin
behind.
Well, colours is a super amount of penalties, so...
That gap between Madtrap and Laser is not changing. It's literally half a second stuck.
Looking at the penalty situation then, we have Madtrap has 10 seconds of penalties as he got at the start for cutting the corner. May get looked at by the stewards, he did get forced off, but either way he's getting the gap to Laser. Mansell has 5 seconds worth of time penalties with colours behind on 14. Then nobody else's time penalties until you get down to Asian, where he's got 3, Macaulay 5, and the racer has 15 seconds. The real battle on track here today is between Madtrap and Laser, if he can keep that gap at 10 seconds, and between Mansell and Quintin for that final spot on the podium, as Colours has rather a large amount of penalties that he won't be able to challenge Mansell for that podium. But I'll tell you what, the gap's staying at 7.3 seconds between Quintin and Mansell.
It is, it's not changing. I was just
maybe
really
Laser's used up a lot of ERS and Mansell kind of hasn't. Maybe Laser just pushed. Maybe that's why we saw that gap increase. Who knows?
Yeah, look at Quintin's ERS as well. That's getting low compared to Mansell's.
Looking back on the tyres then for Brock, this is the tyre situation. Madtrap mediums, Laser mediums, Mansell on softs alongside Colours, Quintin on mediums, Nelly on softs, everybody else on mediums below, apart from Elixir Terric, who is on soft tyres as well. These guys who put on the soft gained massively when they first put the tyres on, but as we saw, Simon, they just switched off around about now, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. The mediums obviously come up to temperature. The track's totally dried out. It took a while for those mediums to work. You know, I think we mentioned earlier, the guys that put the softs on, obviously a softer compounded tyre, can work better in the damp conditions of what the harder compound will. So, as you say, the soft guys really did capitalise as soon as they put those on, and were able to pull out gaps and gain positions. But now it's steadied out a bit, and those mediums it's very much on par, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's pretty much exactly a 7-second gap between Quintin and Mansell. It's going to be nip or tuck. It just depends on how these softs last to the end of the race. That is going to be the question.
I mean, Sorry to interrupt you. Nadeem has actually just made a move on Game Boys into turn 1. Good move from Nadeem. And he pulled himself up into P7. That's actually the closest battle on track, to be fair. These two have been going at it for the last few laps.
I think Game Boy's got Nadeem just before Parabolica, and Nadeem's got him back.
The red light is flashing on the back of Nadeem, means he's below 10% battery.
Not where you want to be around Monza.
No, often for a lot of drivers as well, when they're sat behind someone, they will wait for that red light to start flashing before they do anything.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. You know, sit behind somebody, save your ERS. You can tell when they're using it by the splits that are coming up.
Yeah.
Wait for them to deplete and go for it.
Especially around track like Monza, because the second you run out, gaining ERS back is almost impossible around here. So the second it's gone, on a straight, they're going to be so slow. You won't even actually have to deploy your ERS, because the engine and the battery uses... Well, the engine uses the battery all the time. It's constantly going. When you deploy ERS, you're just giving the engine more battery power. That's all it is. It is constantly being used. So when you don't have any battery left at all, your straight line speed does suffer.
Exactly, and obviously with it being a very, a lot of straights here, not so many bends, you're not going to build that ERS up under braking.
No.
So it is a lot harder to...
Exactly, and a lot of these braking zones, there's not really many hard braking zones, to be fair. Turn 1 and maybe the run going down to Ascari, the only real hard braking zones. Called the others.
Well, I think you're full throttle around here, about 72, 74, I think it is, % of the lap. It's crazy.
It's a very high percentage of these drivers are on full throttle. That gap between Mansell and Quintin is now 7.2 seconds. Actually increased by 2/10. There's only one lap to go. So there's one more lap to go for the majority of these drivers. A lot of them actually still have to complete it, but I mean, I will just say Madtrav it's one of the other contenders for driver of the day, to be fair.
Look at Laser's ERS, he's at 4-5%.
Madtrav still has like 50.
Yeah,
it's a tough vote between Mansell and Madtrav so far. It really is.
If I was Madtrav, I would just wait to the start of the last lap, deplete your whole battery, and that's as much as you can do. Yeah,
well, he's done it. He just needs to not make a mistake now. There you go. That's it.
Penalty.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it. It's over.
Yep. The win. I mean, obviously that's time penalty from Madtrav would get looked at by the stewards anyway, but the provisional win has just been taken out of Laser's hands. He's not going to get that time down to 7 seconds. I'll tell you that.
Asian's gone and put in the fastest lap, sitting in P10, so he will nab that point.
The gap between Mansell and Quintin now stands around again 7.2 seconds still, as they are starting their final laps of this Italian Grand Prix. It's not been a bad Grand Prix, to be fair. I mean, there hasn't been much action, I'll admit. It's the Grand Prix at Monza, there often isn't much overtaking, but considering the weather change and the strategy change from these guys, to still have 13 drivers finish, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it was the switch in the weather. It was going on to the dries and then the different strategies which made the race, to be honest. The Inter stint was pretty dead. But yeah, it certainly come alive with strategies and the dry weather. It certainly helped.
Yep, but the gap between Madtrav and Laser now is 11.8. I think Laser made another mistake. No, never mind. Madtrav, as you said, has actually depleted his battery.
Yeah, it's the way to do it. Last lap, get rid of it. No point in having that sitting on board.
Well, Madtrav, I'm going to go on board with him now, has literally commanded this whole race, led every single lap. He's never not led this race. That win from Madtrav, well controlled, thoroughly deserved, takes his first win in SFR. Laser is coming through Parabolica now. Laser is going to claim a solid P2 for him. Hasn't had a good result in a while. That was needed. Good result from Laser. But I'm going to start getting excited because Mansell,
Look how happy
he's
Don't
got
be
it,
silly, crossed the line. Ah, 5-second unserved penalty.
Yes, because he didn't serve it. That's fine. What's
that's
the gap?
what we've been looking
He's
at.
got it. Yes,
He's done
Mansell.
it. He's done it.
He's done it. Oh, I'm so happy for him. Yes.
I'm surprised his arms aren't outside that McLaren waving around.
Oh, sorry to be so biased, but I can't help it. Absolutely can't help it.
He wanted that so bad, though.
Oh,
He really
Macaulay
did.
wanted another invite at 8:10. Oh no, never mind. No, he's still racing. Oh no, that was ages ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's ages ago.
Oh, I was going to say. Oh, I crapped myself then.
I don't know who to go for between Madtrav and Mansell, to be honest.
Do you know what? Just because it's his first podium, I'm personally going to give it to Mansell myself. Up to you who you want to choose. Madtrav's drive is insane. Oh, I don't know. Joe,
I think from where Mansell started, I'm going to go Mansell as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Not the most exciting of races, but it throwed up a few talking points, should we say?
100%. I mean, yeah, the race today, it wasn't the most exciting race in terms of what happened, but there was weather change, driver strategies, and all sorts. So, yeah, going through the grid then for the final standings, Madtrav takes P1 with Laser in P2, and Mansell taking his first podium in GP1 in P3. Quintin 4, Nelly 5, Colours the God, another good result from him, P6. Gameboy 7, Mike ended up in 8th after a bit of a struggle but pulled it back a little bit. Nadeem 9, Asian rounding out the top 10. Macaulay took the fastest lap of the race and came P11. Do apologise by not inviting you, we were very busy talking our heads off, unfortunately. The racer P12, Elixir Terrick in P13 and Gunnerman P14. And then our DNFs, Gunnerman DNF'd. And then Lost Souls and GFO Nick Freak also DNF'd as well. They are the results. I mean, Simon, that was an incredible race, to be fair. Considering there wasn't a lot of overtaking, it was a pretty good race from GP1 today.
It was. Yeah, it certainly come alive once it dried up. I think we needed that. You know, the interstint was... there's just not a lot the guys could do. You know, you haven't got DRS. It is quite hard to overtake around here anyway.
Yeah.
You have opportunities, but
yeah. Could you get the top 3 drivers in for me?
I can give it a go.
So we need first one. We need Madtrav.
I'm just hoping I've got all of these.
Do you want me to? I can give you their things if you want.
I haven't got them.
Right. So we've got SAF1_ Madtrav. So capital M _A and then TRAV. You'll probably see it if you start typing it.
Hold on, say that again. Start again.
SAF1
yeah
_MAD and then capital T.
Yeah, I've got him.
Okay, I've just sent you the picture of the finishing list so you can have a look at the names.
But it's not letting me click on him.
Have you not got him as a friend?
You might have to do it. No, it's not letting me do it.
Okay, sorry guys, blue screen of death. Right, who was in it? I need VFR Laser, Madtrav and Mansell. Right. Madtrav's in. Sorry guys, you will get blue screen of death for a second. Hello Madtrav, please make sure your settings are on allowed to be shared for me, and then we'll get on to the interviews. But amazing race, so we'll congratulate you first. Alright, and let's get Mansell in as well. Right, that should be it. Yep, and that's it.
Just waiting for them to join.
So I'll just wait for the screen to load. F1 being slow as per usual. Here he is.
Mansell's here. So we're just waiting for...
We're just waiting for Laser.
Laser, yeah.
Let me ask him.
Is that a podium?
It may be. Right, I've just sent Laser a message. Hopefully he'll join us. We'll start off though with our race winner of Madtrav. Excellent racing, you say. You really did control the whole field. You led from start to finish. I don't think there was actually a lap where you didn't actually lead the Grand Prix. Tell us about the race from your perspective and how you found the change from inters to dries.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. But yeah, so to start, I had a really good start. I got hit from somewhere from behind, not sure what happened there. That was my cause of the 10-second penalty. But yeah, from there it was sort of just head down and sort of run my own race. And I seem to have pretty good pace in the wet, so that was quite lucky. And then the change over to the slicks. It was my teammate actually told me that he had got the message from Jeff one lap before me, so he pitted a lap earlier, and luckily he was able to tell me sort of what the conditions were like. So yeah, that helped a lot. So I sort of had a feeling for almost what the track would be like. And then yeah, it was sort of just try to pull out of the 10 seconds just in case the 10-second penalty didn't get removed. And yeah.
Yeah, well, it was... I mean, yeah, again, having a teammate to talk to and understanding when it's the right time to go on those tyres really helped you out. And yeah, good commanding win from you today. Going into the season break then, you have actually gained quite a lot of points on Jensen, who was our championship leader. And you gained a point in standing. Do you have any realistic expectations for the end of the season where you would like to finish in the standings at all?
Look, ideally, obviously, I'd want to win the championship, but I don't see that happening. Jensen is a superb driver, to put it lightly. But I would be happy with second, third. Yeah, that's sort of the goal for me, just to be able to be up there with the guys.
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely shown that you've respected yourself and your name today with how you've raced. So yeah, congratulations on your win. Going into the season break, do you feel like a week is deserved off? You looking forward to a week off racing, or do you want to keep on racing?
Yeah, I think everyone sort of deserves it, especially all the admin stuff, I can put it that way. You guys really work hard in that. So especially for you guys, I think you guys deserve it. Drivers, I mean, you could say it's our job really to race, so I mean, it's nice to have a break, maybe put in a bit of extra practice. Yeah, but I think everyone's looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then the track after that for you guys is Portimao, one of the newer tracks on the scene. Have you raced that track, and how do you feel about it?
I've done some time trial. I haven't put much time into it, but it feels good. So looking forward to it. See what we can do there.
Yeah, well, anyway, congratulations, Madtrav. Amazing result from you today. Commanding win, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time at Portimao.
Yep, thank you.
Simon Palmer, do you want to go on and do Mansell's interview? Otherwise, I think I'll be laughing the whole way through.
Mansell!
Hello.
It's there. Right, tell us how you're feeling, bud.
Oh, mate. I wasn't expecting to get a podium this season at all in GP1. I know I was one of the top dudes in GP2, as Morris knows. But yeah, I was hoping at least one top 5 this season, and I've done that today with a podium today. So I'm really pleased with that today. Very pleased.
to be fair, it was a cracking drive. I think what switched it for you, correct me if I'm wrong, but what switched it for you was going onto the softs instead of the mediums.
Yeah.
A lot of the medium runners, I think, struggled as soon as they went onto them after the inters. The softs really gained you some time. Was you aware about penalties around you? So you was keeping an eye on Quintin, for example.
Yeah. Obviously, he went onto the mediums when he stopped. Nadeem said that softs last about 13 laps, and obviously we stopped 1 lap before, so 14 laps to go. And Nadeem was like, "Tell you what, why don't we just go onto the softs? I'm sure 1 lap won't hurt." And we're like, "Yeah, why not?" So, literally on Parabolica, I changed it to. It was on mediums at the time. I changed it to softs. Went on to softs, and straight away I could see Quintin struggling the next couple of corners, and I got him on the exit of the second chicane, and then that was it pretty much. I was pulling away from Quintin, then Cullers got him as well, and then it was about 7 seconds for the rest of the race. So yeah, it wasn't too bad either. This is a bit of a shame that I got about 5 seconds, but I don't care. I got the podium, so yeah. We were watching the gap during the race, and it was pretty much hovering around 7.2, 7.3 for the majority of the time. So. It was obvious that you kind of had that in control as well, to be honest. One other point I did want to go back to is in qualifying. You got a bit of a block in qualifying. What are your views on that? Oh, this has happened twice to me now. It happened to me last week in Netherlands from Game Boys, and then again from my car's teammate. I can't remember his name, but he was in AI. For some reason, I think he had one of the new drivers, so I'll give him a quick message to remind him about the rules and that. But yeah, it was annoying about that. And then I had low ERS deployment to go for another lap, so I lost a lot of time in sector 3 on my third lap. So bit of a shame. It was P10, but it was just a chaotic first lap. Really, you obviously saw 3, 4, 5 cars went straight on the first chicane on the first lap, so yeah, it was a bit of a chaotic one, but I was able to get through it. And then obviously Nadeem, my teammate, we were talking this time actually, Nadeem, my teammate, he lost it on the start finish straight, which then surprised me, and then I nearly lost it because of that, which then Lost Souls was behind me at the time and went into the back of me, and then he got front wing damage, and then he decided to give up. So I'm sorry about that, Lost Souls, if you are listening, but yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, and final question. Obviously, we're going into mid-season break. Is it 1 week or 2 week break? I thought it was
2 weeks.
2 weeks, is it?
Yeah. It's end of October we go to Portimao, and then obviously the week after that is Imola. So, and Imola's
it is 2 weeks off. Never mind.
So 2 week break then. What are you going to be doing in the 2 weeks? You're going to be focused on Portimao? Has this put the wind up your arse, so to speak, and you're going to be pushing even further?
Yeah, I haven't done much practice around Portimao either. I've only done a couple of laps around time trial, so it would give me a lot of time to get used to the track as well. And I'm not expecting much from Portimao because I've never even raced around that circuit with other drivers at all. So I don't really know what I'm expecting from Portimao, but if I get more points again, I'll be happy. That's my aim. Every race is just to get points, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, massive congratulations on the podium today. Massively deserved.
Yep, and you do also get our commentator's driver of the day as well. It was between yourself and Madtrav, and we just felt that because of the drive you had and from where you started, that you deserved driver of the day, so well done to you.
Cheers, guys.
But that's all we have time for in the stream today. Thank you very much for everyone that's watching. Thank you, Simon, for joining me again. It's been a pleasure again this week. Me and Simon are your new GP1 full-time commentators, so you will be hearing a lot more of us, which is either great or bad news for you guys. Hopefully it's great news. Anyway, SFR is back on Monday evening, kicking off with GP5 at 7:30 PM UK time. Do not miss out. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to Speed Force Racing to not miss out on any F1 content. We race from Monday through to Thursday. We have a race every single day of the week, and on Monday we have 2 races, GP5 and GP4, with a great team of commentators, a great load of drivers as well, so please don't miss out. If you want to get involved in Speed Force Racing, you can find us on Grid Finder, and you can also, if you want, put a message in any of the streams below, and I'm sure one of the admins will help you get started in your journey in Speed Force Racing. That's all we have time for tonight. So one last thank you to Simon for joining me. Been a pleasure as usual.
Thank you very much, likewise.
And until next time, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks' time at Portimao. Until next time, bye for now, and we'll see you soon.